The story of adultery in the Gospel of Luke, Luke 16:18. Adultery in Luke 16:18 differs from its portrayal in Matthew and Mark's Gospels. While Matthew and Mark address adultery in the conventional sense, referring to the sin of breaking marital vows and engaging in illicit relationships, Luke's portrayal of adultery in chapter 16 focuses on criticizing the sins of the Pharisees. In Luke 16:13, Jesus warns the Pharisees against serving both God and money, but they, being fond of wealth, ridicule his words. Consequently, in Luke 16:15-16, Jesus predicts the downfall of the Pharisees who, despite upholding the law and being esteemed by people, would fail in the era of the gospel. Following this, in Luke 16:18, Jesus discusses adultery. When interpreted in the context of addressing the Pharisees, we can understand it as follows. Firstly, anyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery can be interpreted as referring to the Pharisees who prioritize wealth over God, committing adultery by forsaking God. Secondly, and he who marries a woman divorced from her husband commits adultery, can be understood as condemning those who exalt the Pharisees, who have been rejected by God, thus committing a form of adultery that displeases God. In summary, Jesus' words can be interpreted as follows. Those who love something other than God exalt themselves while being esteemed by people, are despised by God, in a manner similar to those who commit adultery. May you reflect on where your heart lies and strive for a complete faith life centered on God's will.